Alright, hello everybody. This is going to be a review of the Eachpai K200 Pro dash cam. This is a dual front and back dash cam that that is a long coax cable that attaches to the back window of your car. So you can record out the back in case somebody does a hit and run on you or something. This is actually going to be my second time reviewing something like this. I actually bought the K200, not the Pro. And here's the proof right here. Here's the box from that. For some reason, this box is a little bit bigger for some reason. But I'm going to actually be returning this to Amazon because I actually don't like the video quality of it, and I'm going to have a separate review on that and why I'm going to return it. So I bought this to see if maybe this one has better video quality. So it says it's 4K, but if you are recording front and back, you're not going to get 4K. So if you're buying this, you're probably never going to use the 4K function. So it says Eachpai right there. Here's what it says. We have 2880 by 2160. 170 degree wide viewing angle, night vision 3.0 IPS screen. These actually have pretty good screens on them. It's got a capacitor. What that means is that okay, let me actually do a demonstration. I have to get something. Here we are. Alright, so this is my old dash cam, which still works very well. Well, fairly well, I should say. It's kind of fallen apart, a little old. But as you can see, there's a big battery on the bottom of it. That's because I actually replaced the battery so many times, I just thought might as well get a big one, because you see what these cheap dash cams get, they're either lithium ion or lithium polymer batteries. Now they're pretty good, they recharge and they usually last pretty well, but there's certain things that they don't like. And one of the things that they don't like is extreme temperatures, hot and cold. And where dash cams usually put? That's right. They're usually put right in front of your windshield where they get the most heat and usually the most cold. So they're really exposed to the elements, and that makes it so they get very unhappy, and then the batteries will explode or bloat or short out or what have you, and then it won't remember the time usually, and the last video, the battery just flat out won't work anymore. So what'll happen is when you cut your car off, the dash cam will shut right off, and the last video that you had recording won't actually save. As a matter of fact, this one wouldn't even come on if the battery wasn't working. So, although I think that was a problem with the cable itself. I had to replace the cable, and I don't think it's giving that problem anymore. So back to here, we have built-in Wi-Fi. That's because it has an app. Optional GPS. I don't know why it says optional GPS. Optional rear cam. Does this one say optional rear cam too? No, it does not. The specifications are a little bit different. See that right there? Interesting. So for some reason the GPS is optional. I don't think it is, because the part of the mount for this is that it actually isn't part of the GPS. So you're going to have it on there. I think you can turn it off though, but I don't know why you would want to. So anyways, it comes out of this box. It's a lot less nice, but it is a pretty decent box. Open it up. We have the instruction manual, which if it was like the old one, it's actually in pretty good English. Look at that, that's interesting. Whatever this is actually a sticker that's going over probably what it used to say. So if you want to take a look at this specific page, it actually is pretty good English. And here is the not very advanced way as to how to install the back camera, because those require a bit of finagling. There's a free lens wipe, and here's the camera itself. Alright, so here it is. Looks exactly like the other camera that I have. As a matter of fact, I should have gotten it, but oh well, it's still in my car. As a matter of fact, it looks a lot like the G1W dash cams. Very, very, very similar. Alright. See, underneath here we probably have, we have the accessory, not the accessories, just the accessory, which is going to be in this box. Let's see, we're probably going to have, here is the coax cable and the rear camera. I'm going to hazard a guess that this is the exact same rear camera that my other dash cam got, so I'm probably not going to take that one down. Because that might be a little, no, that's probably the same. So here's your dash cam, your rear camera at least. I'm not going to go into a detailed installation video on this video because I already installed it. So what you get here, you get a second You got a second piece of sticky stuff in case you ruin the first one. This does go all the way around. So you can get all the angles you could possibly need. Yeah, this is probably exactly the same as the other one, so I'm not going to take the other one down just to test it. I may if I return it. Now let's see, we have, this is I believe where the GPS is. It says GPS right there. This is the suction mount. It's the same as the other one, so I'm not going to open this one. Same with the USB charger with a long cable on it. Same as the other one, not going to open it. And here is the coax cable. Same as the other one, not going to open it. Pretty simple. So I just want to take that outside and I'll show you what I've done with my camera, with what I have currently, and I'm going to show you how I installed it. Alright, here we go. First startup. Probably got to adjust the time and everything on it. And of course the quality's looking the same. Let's see if the time's actually anything accurate. So it says it's 2:44. Not exactly accurate. But it looks like, yeah, it is recording in 1080p both sides. Good deal. So let's see if we can get to the menu. Let's see that you can tell the screen's actually pretty high quality. Let's see. So you have dual 1920 by 1080p at 30 frames. They don't give you the option. I guess maybe you have to unplug this. See what happens if I do that. Yep, 4K at 24 frames per second. But I didn't buy this camera for one camera. I bought it for two cameras. So we're going to go back in here. We're going to go back in here. Oh, we have to stop recording. I think the time changed too. I don't know how that could have possibly happened. Let's see. I kind of can't see what I'm doing while I'm doing this, so pardon me. Let's see, time-lapse record. I don't know what that is. I look at it 5 minutes. Alright, let's see. Alright. Alright, let's see. Yeah, the time did change. Look at that. It said it was the 20th at 2 something. Now it's the 19th at 11 something. So it's the 19th at 1:46. Wow, okay. So actually, oh, you know what it was? It probably got the time automatically from the satellite. That's clever. Okay, well, it looks like all we have to do is do that. Alright, and we're going to go to time zone. Then we're going to go down to up for minus. So we're up for Eastern. Alright, now we should be good to go. I did think I need to change the hertz. Yeah, it's at 50 hertz for some reason. Change that to 60 hertz. I don't really think it matters. Alright. So there it is. Alright, so I thought it'd be a good time to try the Wi-Fi, make sure it works. The app on this is actually pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Alright. So here's the app right here. Go and press this button. And now we can see what the camera sees, except we're not going to because that actually shows my location. One of the nice features of this app is that you can actually download the videos straight to your phone. The problem is it literally takes forever. It has picked up a little bit since it first started, but man, that is going slow. Alright, so here's a test clip of the K200 Pro Dashcam. First thing you notice, it's not horrible looking, at least when we're stable, but you can tell the sky is really super overexposed. I don't know why, compared to every other Dashcam that I've used. And for the most part right now it looks pretty good, but once I start getting up to speed here, turning at this intersection,
once we get into this area with the trees, you'll start noticing a very major problem that I've been having with it, and this is not a problem with YouTube's compression or anything like that, or the Premiere that I'm using. This is exactly how I see it when I pull it off of the SD card. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's a lot of blockiness. You can see it with the sky right now. I'm looking at that right now. It's really super blocky, like it was encoded really, really poorly. And I was about to think that it had something to do with the SD card that I'm using, so I swapped it to a really super nice one that I got from Costco. It's a genuine SanDisk Class 10, and it still does it, and there's no improvement, and I don't have a faster SD card that I could use. Not that I would want to try it, because I'm not going to invest in one for this. But yeah, you can see the sky's doing something really weird, and you can absolutely not see that person's license plate, no matter how much I try. You could try that truck in front of me. So let's take a look at another clip. This is another clip that I particularly despise, going through this wooded area. You can tell the blockiness is just as bad, especially in the sky. And like I said, this is not a problem with Premiere. I'm looking at VLC Media Play in the other window, and it's doing the exact same thing. And watch when I turn around here. There is a sign. If you notice that big sign off, it's not a blank sign. You can actually see it pretty well. But in the dash cam, I even have it zoomed in. You could literally just barely. You can't even tell what it says, and you can just barely see the route number beside it. Any dash cam should be able to pick that up. At least any quality dash camera. Remember, this isn't a cheap dash camera. And also notice how horrible it does with the sun. I'm not gonna sin it too much, because the sun is always a bad thing, especially when it comes to cameras. But it just looks terrible. It's providing a horrible color for the trees. It almost looks like it's losing focus at some point. I don't know why it would need to refocus. But yeah, going into this other wooded area, it just doesn't look that great. Especially if there was a car in front of you, you would not be able to see what the license plate was, even if it was relatively close to you. And here's the back camera under what I would call optimal conditions. Not very good quality, I have to say. And granted, you really don't need perfect quality in the back. As you'll see when this car pulls up behind me, you will be able to clearly see his license plate. But like I said, this is under optimal conditions. I'll show you in a bit what it looks like in less than optimal conditions. Alright, this is it in less than optimal conditions, i.e. when it's raining. And all I have to say is, what the heck is this? You cannot see a single thing, at least not make out anything probably legible enough if you need to take somebody to court. All you see is just one big blob of lights. Now granted, it's raining, it's not perfect conditions, but it just looks so terrible. You can't even see that license plate when I'm pulling right up to it, and you can't even see that person's license plate. Oh, that's just lovely. And this is it at optimal conditions at night. Now, night is always kind of a hard time for every dash cam that I usually see, but I like the nighttime on these K200 dash cams, but this is not the same that I've seen. It's not terrible. And also you don't really see as much jerkiness and blocking as you do during the day, but it's still not fantastic. It's still pretty dark and hard to see. But I'll tell you, there's something worse than this at night, and I'll show you what it is. Now this is the back camera, and as you can see, you can't. And this is with the street lights. You can't see a single thing at night without any lights. It is completely dark, and this is with the bright lights from Walmart, and you could literally just you just start being able to just barely see. And I'm sure you'll be able to see a license plate under these conditions, but you're not always usually you're not under these conditions unless you live in a major city. Wow. Alright, so I thought I'd show you a couple of quick things. So first and foremost, I wanted to show you how the Dashcam saved the files on the SD card. So right here, here's the SD card. We're going to go and open it up. Go into card V. Movie. I would imagine if you took pictures with it, there'd be another folder called picture here, but for all intents and purposes you really can't with this dash cam because it does have a capacitor in it. So here are all the footage. Here's all the footage right here. Obviously it records over, starting with the oldest first, and then going all the way up to the newest, which will soon be the oldest. And then under RO is where the files that you've saved to it, which is by pressing, I believe, the down arrow button. It'll save here, and you won't be able to, at least it won't be able to, it won't record over them. It even looks like it puts a little lock on here. Alright, so there's that. Another thing I wanted to show you is the piece of software that it comes with that you can see where you've been It's actually pretty nice piece of software. So they have a version for Windows and Mac. So let's see here. We're going to go ahead and open it. It isn't the most straightforward program, but it does seem to work. Alright, let's see. Which one am I going to pick? How about we do this one right here? So here's the video right here. It looks like it's going to start playing, even though it says it's playing, but it's not, which is kind of weird. There we go. So it'll play there, and then it'll give you real time it'll give you real time as to where you are, and it'll show you how fast you're going and your compass. We can go ahead and change that to miles per hour, and then you can also change this to Google Maps. But okay, so it looks. That doesn't look right. It's looking a little bit better. So if we zoom in here, I think it'll let me zoom in. I don't know what's... Oh, let's try that. So it's following my location as I'm going, which is actually pretty nice. And there's the kilometers per hour. I thought I set that to miles per hour. I did. There we go. That shows my miles per hour. Pretty interesting piece of software. Basic, but it seems to do its job pretty well too.
Alright, so I guess here's my final thoughts about this dash cam. Well, not this dash cam. This is the K200 regular. I just took this out of the car because I have to return it back to Amazon because the return window's closing. But I would honestly say I don't recommend getting these, at least from Amazon. Whatever sensor that they had in it when that a lot of people seem to have gotten and used, it seems to have changed between then and now because there's just no comparison as the quality of others that I've seen on YouTube and to some that I've seen on Amazon because people have put their video reviews on Amazon. So I'm just really sorely disappointed because this is something I actually thought that these would actually be really nice, but they're just not. I mean, I love the screens on them. I love the interface with the app and the program, but it's just the quality is what's most important, and it's just not there. So I don't know. I guess there's just not much else to say other than I would not recommend getting one of these, the K200 or the K200 Pro, because it seems like the quality is about the same. Well, anyways, I guess that's just about it. Thank you very much for watching, and that'll be it.